I guess he's going out shopping.
マリアとお買い物に行けない。一人でお留守番、寂しい。
It won't be that long, it'll be like 10 minutes maybe.
なんでママ、サクタロとお買い物行っちゃダメなんて言うん
Because she
だろう。
probably doesn't want it to possibly get lost.
ウリュウ、きっと僕がマリアと一緒にいるのを見られると
恥ずかしい？なんで？
ママはよく僕を外に連れて行っちゃいけないって言うし、マリアのことをよくもう何歳になったんだからダメとかそういう言い方をするし。
マリアはサクタロと一緒で全然恥ずかしくないよ。
僕はライオンだけどぬいぐるみだし。
ライオンでぬいぐるみだけどマリアのお友達だよ。だから一緒にお出かけしよう。
God damn it,
ママが
Maria.
いない時だけ内緒で。
Oh yeah, that won't. Oh, God damn it, Maria, stop.
ひょっとしてサクタロも恥ずかしい？
She's gonna end up losing him, right? And then, Rose is gonna be pissed, and it's like, I told you not to. That's exactly why.
僕は恥ずかしくないけど。
そっか。じゃあサクタロが怖くなくて一緒にお出かけできるようにする。マリアに任せて。便利なのがあるの。
Maria started fishing around her messy room. Rosa often told her to clean up, but Maria apparently didn't like doing it. However, Maria herself knew more or less where everything was. So much so that if it were cleaned up, she would have trouble finding where everything was. God, that's how I am, actually. I mean, I don't live like really dirty, but I mean, when someone would say like, "Oh my God, your notes are really disorganized," or like, I have a bunch of like various notes on Umineko, and they would say, "God, it's so disorganized," but I know exactly where everything is. I don't know, it's a weird feeling. Maria proudly held it up high. Sakutaro looked at the knapsack, which was gaping open, squirming as though it was saying, "Are you serious?"
マリア、もしかして。
I mean, you have a bag right there.
これなら一緒にお買い物に行けるし、サクタロも怖くないよ。
Maria held Sakutaro up and started stuffing him into the knapsack. You have a fucking bag! At first she tried to stick him in head first, but then he'd be upside down and suffocate. So she pulled him out and tried pushing him in again, feet first.
大丈夫だよ。
Oh my god.
頭を出せば狭くないし暗くないから怖くないよ。景色もいいよ。
ウリュウ、本当だ。これならマリアと一緒にお買い物に行っても大丈夫？
大丈夫だよ。今日のお夕食は何がいいかな。さあお出かけしよう、サクタラ。マリアお姉ちゃん、楽しそう。とっても楽しい。一人だったら寂しくてつまらないことでも、サクタロが一緒なら何でも楽しい。どんな人間のお友達だって夕方になったらお家へ帰らなきゃならない。でもサクタロは帰らないし、いつまでも一緒にいてくれる。
You fucking humans suck.
一緒にテレビも見るし、お布団の中だって一緒だし、雷が怖い夜には手だって握っていてくれる。クローゼットやベッドの下のお化けだって追っ払ってくれるんだよ。サクタロ頼もしい。
ウリュウ、マリアを怖がらせるお化けは僕ライオンだから勇気を出して追い払っちゃうよ。ウリュウ、ガオー。
They were so close that it made me a little envious. I'm supposedly older than Maria was then. But Maria really is my One-chan, and I still haven't reached her level. If only I had a friend close to by like Sakutaro.
マリアもサクタロもエンジェの身近なお友達だよ。いつもマリアたちはエンジェのすぐそばにいる。でもエンジェの魔法が弱いからこうしてマリアの日記を開かないと知覚できないだけ。知覚？マリアお姉ちゃんは難しい言葉を知ってるね。
According to her, this world is full of magic and spirits, and they're as natural as nearby as a light breeze.
風って普段は気にもしないし、見えもお線香の煙とかがたなびくとそれを見ることができるんじゃない？そうね。そしてそれは見えなくても普段から私たちと身近にあるものだわ。そういうこと。マリアもサクタロもいつだってエンジェのすぐ近くで一緒なんだよ。神様や精霊、守護霊も私たちのすぐ身近にいるの。でも意識しないと存在を感じられない。目では見えない風のように。でもそれは確実に私たちの身近にあって、魔力という煙がたなびけば誰にだって見えるものなの。
I thought I'd only be able to meet Maria while this diary was open, but from what she says, she's always with me, and I can meet her at any time if I truly desire
マ
to.
リアは自分の日記に日々の記録と一緒に自分の魂のかけらを残しておいたの。
What?
だからこの日記にはマリアの魔法の力が宿ってるの。
Okay.
でもそれはとても微弱なもので、エンジェ以外の人には誰も感じ取れない。
Ah, okay. That's the reason.
私にだけはわかるの？うん。だってエンジェはマリアと同じで魔女の力を宿しているもの。エンジェだってちゃんとお勉強すればきっと将来立派な魔女になれるんだよ。魔女？それは楽しいのかしら？楽しいよ。そうすれば日記を開かなくてもマリアやサクタロがいつも身近にいるのがわかるようになるよ。
Yay.
そしたら毎日がとっても楽しくなる。そしたらエンジェにマリアは他にもたくさんのお友達を紹介できるよ。そしたら毎日が忙しくてとっても賑やかになるよ。それは楽しいかもしれない。マリアお姉ちゃんが残した魔導書も持ってるわ。今度真面目に読んでみるわね。そしたら私も一人ぼっちじゃなくなるかな。
Oh god. Maria and Sakutaro said that at the same time, happy that I had developed an interest in the world of witches. With her knapsack on her back and half of Sakutaro's face peeking out, she triumphantly walked through the shopping district late at night. Well, it was that time of day after all. Everyone in the shopping district was either a shop owner lowering the shutters on their shop or an employee rushing or else staggering on their way home. Amidst all that, Maria was in a good mood, like someone on a hike, probably looked quite merry. Every once in a while, passing employees would glance at her with the eyes of someone seeing something out of place. Office ladies giggled at the cute stuffed animal poking its head out of its knapsack. The supermarket had been closed for a while by this time. However, convenience stores, which had been growing in popularity lately, stayed open until midnight. It was very convenient for Maria, whose mother's return was often late. Maria lowered the knapsack from her back and carried it like a child in her arms. She headed over to the sweet buns counter. God damn it, Maria, no. She pointed to a sweet bun she had eaten before, explaining to Sakutaro that this was delicious, that she was pretty good, and that one was pretty good too. Sakutaro seemed to be enjoying it a lot.
マリアは3色パンにする。でもたまにウグイスあんだったり白あんだったりするの。
I didn't really expect her to not get just something that's sweet.
あんこは1種類でいい。
うりゅー、いろいろ入ってて面白そう。うりゅー。
あとはマリアはフルーツヨーグルトにする。 フルーツ入ってるけどお菓子じゃないよね。きっとママも大丈夫。サクタラもどれか欲しい？
売り？いいの？お金は大丈夫？
Who needs money? We're fucking robbing this place. She puts a ski mask on. Oh my god, I'd lose it. I'd fucking lose it.
全然平気。ほら、だからサクタラにも好きなものを買ってあげられるよ。一緒に食べよう。サクタラもヨーグルト食べる？
When Maria made to grab another one of the same fruit yogurt, Sakatara bent his head slightly worried.
でも僕大きいのは食べられないから小さいの。
おお、じゃあこの小さいお菓子ヨーグルトは30円だね。安い。
うりゅ僕はそれでいい。マリアと一緒にヨーグルト。
サクタラと一緒にヨーグルト。
Maria put the three-colored bean and two yogurts into the shopping basket and brought them to the register. Okay. The man running the register had been in charge of the tobacco shop that had been here until last year.
お嬢ちゃん、この時間によく見かけるね。偉いけど、今度からこの時間のお買い物にはお母さんと一緒においでね。
Yeah, fucking stay in your lane, bitch. Shut the
ママが
hell
いいっ
up.
て言ったから大丈夫。
It's none of your goddamn business,
マ
buddy.
マはいつもお仕事で帰りが遅いけど、マリアたちは寂しくなんかないの。
God damn it, Maria, still shush.
ね、サクタロ。
うりゅ
そっか、そりゃ大変だね。ほら、ジュースを一本おまけしてあげるよ。
The man working at the store took a can of leftover soda or something from behind the register and packed it into the bag with everything else. No, I'll get yelled at for this. Stop it. She didn't say I couldn't have a pack of smoke, so give me a couple of those, buddy. You used to run a tobacco store. I know you got some spares, buddy. Hook me up.
おじさん、ありがとう。よかったね、サクタロ。
うりゅ
Since she had been told not to buy soda, she couldn't take it back home. So she decided to drink it on her way back and not bring the empty can back home. That's littering, Maria. Don't throw it on the ground. With the vinyl bag with the sweet bun in it around her elbow, holding the knapsack with Sakataro in it, with that same arm and drinking her soda, the two of them walked home.
柚子胡椒ソーダって微妙。サクタロも飲んでみる？
No, you just said it's not good, so why would I try it?
うりゅうりゅうりゅうりゅうりゅうりゅわあうりゅマリアひどい。まじゅい。
だよね。
Of course, it's not like she could actually make a stuffed animal drink soda. Yeah, I was gonna say it. She's like pouring it on it. She just put the can to Sakataro's mouth and pretended to tilt it. It was fun for Maria to share the taste of this weird drink that she had gotten for free with Sakataro. There was a huge moon in the sky, and at times that moon had been clouded by tears when she'd been unmanageable during Rosa's overnight stays, and when she'd been scolded by her mother, but this moon was very warm and it seemed to watch over the two of them as they enjoyed their trip home by themselves. Maria and Sakataro. Angie watched the two of them from behind. She looked so warm from behind. After looking at the backs of Maria and Sakataro together, it became very hard to remember all those long nights when she'd cried because her mother hadn't come home. I couldn't say it to Maria, but if I had been in the same position, I may have given a stuffed animal the name Sakataro, but it wouldn't have been anything more or less than a stuffed animal. I don't know. I could definitely. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. It depends on the person, I guess. It also depends like how you grow up, I guess, how lonely you are, how isolated maybe, how many friends you have. If you have more than friends, I guess. I don't think you would necessarily have that. Anyone can make a relationship that only distracts you from your loneliness. But Maria was different. Sakataro isn't a stuffed animal or a toy. He was a real friend and far from just distracting Maria from her loneliness. He changed the nights without her mother into a fun time where they could play all by themselves. Was it because Sakataro was a special stuffed animal? Because her mother had made it herself? Because it's very, very cute? Probably not. There's a secret here. It doesn't lie within Sakataro. I think it probably lies with Maria.
これがマリアお姉ちゃんの言う魔法の力なの？魔法を知るということは、今まですぐそばにいたのに気づけなかったたくさんの友達に気づけるということ。まるで新しいおもちゃ屋さんが近所にたくさんできるみたいに楽しいこと。
If even I looked up in an academy without a single friend, had power like Maria, I wonder if I could make my days just a bit richer. I wonder if I'll be able to honestly shed tears on nights I feel like crying, or to smile on gray nights.
できるよ。エンジェはできる。
Can you please stop reading my mind?
だってエンジェにだって魔女になれる資格があるもん。魔女になる資格？マリアも魔女になれる資格あるんだよ。だからまだまだ勉強中の修行中なの。きっと素敵な魔女になってほうきでお空をかけてケーンで虹を描いて飴玉を空から降らせるの。マリアはきっとできるよ。そしたらエンジェにも見せてあげるね。きっとそれは素敵な夢の中のような光景だから。
Maria said that, making an absolute promise with her smile. There's no way I can become a witch. But if Maria says that, it makes me feel that way, that maybe I really can become a witch. Because in reality, the one desolate night when no flower of a smile could possibly have bloomed, her magic surely gave birth to a smile.
魔女になれるかな？なれるよ。エンジェは少し年齢を重ねちゃったから魂が少し重力に惹かれちゃってる。
Well, what?
だからマリアよりも修行は大変かもしれないけど、でもきっとなれるよ。だってもうエンジェは魔法の一端に触れてるもの。私が魔法を？うん。だってほら、もうこの世にはいない私をこうして呼び出して語らっているよ。これは魔法なの？うん。私が日記に残した魂のかけらをエンジェは魔法で膨らませて私を蘇らせてる。さっきも言ったよね。こうして私と再会して会話ができて時に笑顔を見せられるんだから、エンジェは魔法の才能がきっとあるんだよ。マリアお姉ちゃんが保証する。うん。お姉ちゃんはさっき言ったわ。私は日記を開いた時にしか会えないと思ってるけど、本当はいつも身近にいるって。私に魔法の力がもっとあれば、それを見て今こうしているようにお姉ちゃんと会話ができる？いつでも？うん、いつでもお話できるよ。朝のおはようの時だっていつもそばにいるし、授業中だってそばにいる。退屈な授業は私とお話しして気を紛らわせようよ。
No, I can't do that, Maria.
食事の時には話し相手になれるし、お昼休みだってこれまでのようにいつも一緒にいようよ。
I need to study for class. I can't talk during it.
放課後だって一緒にいるし、もちろん寮に帰ってからだって私はいつもそばにいる。日記を広げた時にしか私を見てくれないだけ。日記を閉じてもマリアお姉ちゃんはいてくれるんだよね。うん、いるよ。だからエンジェが私を見ようとして、そして話そうとしてくれれば、私はきっと答えられるよ。しっかりと見て話そうとしてくれれば。私やってみる。
There is no try.
簡単じゃないよ。いきなり上手くなんてきっといかないよ。
Ends up going perfectly the first time.
分かってる。きっと簡単じゃないと思う。 でも私マリアお姉ちゃんみたいになりたい。おお、わかった。じゃあ私をよく見て、しっかり見て。うん、ゆっくり目を閉じたり開いたりして。いきなり長くつむっちゃダメ。
Okay.
私の姿を瞳に焼き付けては、それをまぶたの裏に染み込ませていくつもりで。うん、やってる。まぶたを閉じても私をイメージできるようになったら、そのままゆっくり柔らかく目を閉じていて。どう？まだ私が見えている？うん、多分見えてると思う。
What is going on? What?
じゃあ一度目を開いて。いよいよ本番。心を落ち着けたら日記を閉じて。その時一度マリアの姿は消えてしまうかもしれない。でも焦らずに心を落ち着けて。そしてまぶたの裏に染み込ませた私を逆に瞳に染み込ませていくつもりで、ゆっくりと私を虚空に見て。うん、大丈夫。じゃあ閉じるね、日記。おう。
Bye. Slowly, I closed it. When I did so, a grave reality filled it with delay unfolded. Of course, Maria's form disappeared. Give it all you got, have courage. Take the first step into the world of witches. I felt like Maria was cheering me on inside my heart. She's cheering me on? Really? Or do I just think that she is? Remember, clear anxiety. No, that's wrong. It's because I think like this I cannot see her. Maria is also always by my side, and even now she's definitely there, cheering me on and to do my best. That reached my ears. So I mustn't ignore it like it's my imagination or the voice of my heart. I believe that Maria is there. I mustn't doubt, I believe. One-chan said she'd always be by my side. I must not doubt that. But looking at that empty space by the empty back wall of the school building, amidst those almost heartless boring rays of sunlight, calling out her name was unexpectedly difficult. The chains of common sense that had clung to me until today sneered at me, telling me that calling out to empty air was ridiculous. It was almost like being told to take a step forward off of a roof of a skyscraper overlooking a sea of lights. Ah, too soon. Too soon. It's Maria saying it. It's alright. She's saying that I'm someone who can do it. Stop thinking that you might fall, or that it'd be foolish to take a step off a roof, and free yourself from those chains of common sense. I steadied my breathing. I concentrated my mind. Take the vivid form of Maria in the empty space before you, rise to the surface, understand magic, and see Maria.
Maria, お姉ちゃん。誰かいるの?
At that time, I was answered by a rustle in the bushes and a wild cry, and I came to my senses. It looked like I wasn't the only one behind the school building. No, since I'd been so immersed in the world of the diary, I had noticed someone coming. I recognized a group of 3 beyond the bushes. They were kids from my class. From their appearance, it felt as though they'd come behind the school building to gossip about someone or talk in secret. I hurried out of that place, because if it became known that I'd been alone in a place like this, mumbling to myself, it'd become a pain again.
言ったよね。言ったよね。マリアお姉ちゃんとか言ったよね。
やばくない？心霊とか見えちゃってんじゃないの？あれ。
I could hear the shrill, loud laughter from behind, irritated and feeling that Maria had been made fun of. I left that place at a quick pace and then a jog once I turned the corner. And I might have made it to One-chan's world with just a little more time. It was frustrating, aggravating. Why does everyone get in my way? I haven't gotten in anyone else's way, not even once. I ran and ran, but it still felt as though I could hear their shrill laughter. Ooh, man. Oh, that was a really touching scene in that diner, though. Oh, God, that was gonna get to me, man. I was really worried. 12 years later. Oh, buddy. Goody. Who the fuck are you? Yeah, no big fucking deal. I mean, come on, man. No big deal.
追っかけがうざかったんでちょっと巻こうと思って。
Angie and an older gentleman wearing an expensive suit were alone in a massive modern conference room. All of the newest machines for presentations were installed there, but they didn't upset its refined and composed atmosphere. And that alone was enough to make the business-like theme of the room abundantly clear. However, that didn't matter at all to Angie. She carelessly sat on a high-class chair that executives make a salary of several 10 million yen probably sat in, looking aloof from the world.
下の方の階で改装工事してて転落防止ネットがあるの知ってましたし。
Of course. Angie talked about it like it was no big deal, but in reality it had been a miracle among miracles. To think that she had shot through several layers of safety netting for the remodeling project, been caught in a multicolored banner adorning the atrium and slipped off, only to be softly caught by a final banner, land on the ground without a scratch, and then briskly leave that place. It put Hong Kong movies to shame.
いくらネットがあるの知ってたったって高さ200メートルの超高層だよ。もしも思い通りにならなかったら今頃大変なことになってただろうよ。
Oh, that would be a shame, right?
まあそのちょっとした運試しです。若気の至りってことで。
As though saying that she had had enough of that topic, Angie shrugged coldly, seeing that the old gentleman who was looking at the world below through a crack in the blinds cackled.
運試しときたか。いやはや、やっぱり金蔵さんのお孫さんだね。うんぷてんぷ。天の流れに命を預けてもケロリとしてるその度胸。会長も博打に平気で命をかけられる人だったが、これも後ろ宮の血なのかね。やっぱりあんた将来大物になるよ。悪いことは言わない。家出ごっこはこの辺で切り上げて須磨寺の家に戻ったらどうだい。
お母さん、実家と仲が悪かったって聞いてます。お葬式で初対面の人の家になんて行きたくないです。
The Sumaderas are Mom's family. They're an old family from Kyoto, and compared to Mom's frank attitude, unbelievably strict. The only Kumadera I've been on good terms with was Grandpa, who was living apart from his family under the guise of retirement. Mom kept in touch with him too. But she avoided the rest of the family completely, almost hostility, so. Whatever. And so when I went out to play with the Sumadara family, it was always Grandpa's house I visited. When I was young, I didn't really understand it. But I hear that Grandpa was in an extremely weak position, as a man who'd moved into his wife's family register, and his relationship with Grandma was also bad. You might even say that Grandma hated him and confined him to the house. It isn't hard to imagine that because she had a soft spot for Grandpa alone, Mom was also hated by the Sumadaras. Since I was her daughter, they probably hated me quite a bit too, and yet they appeared for the first time at Mom's funeral, shamelessly going on about how big I'd gotten, like they could actually act like family after all this time. When Aunt Eva died, I would inherit all the wealth of the Ushirimiya family. If that wasn't what they were after, there's no way they would have been able to say such disgusting words.
まあ、一人ぼっちになっちまって自 暴時期になりたいエンジェちゃんの気持ちもわからなくもないな。
自暴自棄とかじゃないです。小うるさいエヴァおばさんもやっとくたばったんで、久しぶりにのびのびと散歩してるだけじゃないですか。周りが大げさに騒ぎすぎなだけです。
Of course, everyone's after the vast Ushirimia wealth I bear. They must think that becoming my guardian means that they'll be able to do as they please with that wealth. Just how many people have tried to get close to me, acting like they want to be a substitute parent.
エンジェちゃんも辛いことがあったら、俺でよかったらいつでも相談してな。
Oh, I wouldn't try to be a parent with her.
エンジェちゃんのこと、実の孫みたいに思ってるんだからさ。
Shut the fuck up, dude. I don't even know who you are.
はあ、当面はノーサンキューということで。それより話を戻してください。
エンジェちゃん、何度聞かれたって俺が隠してることは何もないよ。あの日の六軒島の唯一の生き残りが会長なんだ。
Totally by coincidence.
何も語らずに言っちまった。俺だって何もわからないよ。すべては闇の中だ。
This old gentleman was the one of those leaders who had been entrusted with the business group Ava had built up after she passed away. The one he called chairman was the former chairman, Ushirimiya Ava. His company once had friendly ties with Hideyoshi's business, and he had had a close relationship with both Hideyoshi and Ava. And for that reason, when Ava lost Hideyoshi, he became the only person to whom Ava might have let her true intentions slip. Whenever Ava's heart was torn by loss of her family, whenever she took it out on Angie, he had acted as a buffer between the two. So although Angie didn't trust him, she found him a very easy person to question.